All right, Kaylee says we're live, so I hope we are. I'm here today at Anchor Point for the last time, right, Kaylee?
Yep, hopefully.
The last time. Well, maybe not ever, but we are hoping to shoot in our new studio next week for the live. And Darcy is with me today. I asked her to bring her stitching and just come hang out with me. And she can be my press secretary today. She came up with that title. So while I'm stitching the little block, she can do my pressing. So that was awesome. Yeah. All right. I usually say pressing queen, but I kind of like press secretary. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So a couple little announcements before we get to the tutorial. The biggest thing is cross stitch. Now, what about cross stitch? So I don't know if you know this, but one of my friends has this lovely daughter, new mom. She has started her own company called Count Your Stitches Cross Stitch. So I asked Katie Nolan, and she is a Air Force wife with 2 babies that she stays home and takes care of. So she started a pattern company for cross stitch, and I asked her to chart out the American Quilters quilt as one of her designs. So we are super excited about this. This will be on our, we'll have this ready next week for you to download or get a paper pattern, whatever you like. And it will support Katie and her family and Hogs for Heroes. So we will tell you, if you go to Katie, she's going to do a donation for each pattern she sells. If you go to Primitive Gatherings, we are going to give Katie part of that, and the rest of that goes to Hogs for Heroes. And we will have 4 tiers of donations for that cross stitch pattern. So we are super excited to be able to do that. And Kaylee, did you get a chance to put up like the actual stitching one or not?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, you have to wait. Coming soon. So I think on my blog post, I have that. So you'll be able to see how Katie has already got the first row already done. So look forward to that. After this video, I will post the blog post so you can see all the stuff that we talk about. All right. So what are you doing?
Oh, I just have 2 more blocks left on the last year's summer block of the week for the roll. Live a Thankful Life.
Live a Thankful Life. So she's, I said, bring your stitching and bring it along and show us where you are, because is this your first summer block of the week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she's, what you said, you only have 2 blocks left, or this is
I have this one and the sunflower block, and then all the pennies.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. So, and we do have groups for all of our summer blocks of the week. I do not think we set up the new one yet for this summer yet. When that rolls out, we will make sure we have everything ready to go. So if you are signed up for this year's, this summer block of the week, I don't think Just did groups yet. Maybe if she's listening, she'll let us know. But so I think people were looking for them, but they are not quite yet ready. We are moving, and it has been quite the thing. So so even though we do these blocks as weekly blocks, don't think you have to get them done that week. It can be your ongoing project, right? So, and this year's project is a little smaller than this one. This was quite the feat to get this one stitched. But our new one is just, I believe these are 9 or 10-inch blocks. I can't remember. 10-inch it looks like to me. But this is one version of our weekly one. So these, I'm just going to show you a couple little blocks that I have done. And you can do as little just blanket stitching, or you can add some fancy stitches to your blocks as well. So this is the contemporary version. This is black. So these are black and teal, kind of an aqua teal, and then a coral and some grays and some tans. Now this is a controlled color palette for this one. So we do have some openings yet in that one as well. And then we do have the scrappy version. So if you like all different colors, we have that as all different colors. So we have 2 options for you to choose from this year. So that is super fun. And as long as I'm talking about the summer block of the week, I was stitching on this last night. as my leader and ender project. So see how this is the block that we're making, and I only have to add one more corner on the end. So I just keep putting these through as I'm stitching another project. And that's what they're going to look like. These are the blocks. We're making 25 blocks this size. So I do have 2 sets here because I didn't want to just use the first week's blocks, because there are, I think, 27 in each block, and you only get 19 different fabrics each week. So this is week 3's fabrics, all starched and ready to go for me to cut. So this is one of the versions. This is called Front Porch Swing. This is the neutral kind of low volume version. And then we have another version that has like a nice blue solid, kind of like a soldier blue. And then the colors in it are more, they're not dark, but they're medium, but all kinds of colors. So look on our website if any of these interest you at all before they are sold out for the summer. And once they start shipping and people get them and share them and talk about them, then we quickly sell out of everything, because then you see it in person. It's not always the greatest on camera or in photographs. You all know that. So those are our 2 summer projects this year. We are going to introduce the hand piecing or the English paper piecing one soon as a block of the month, though. So we're going to give you more time so you don't feel like the stress of that. And freebies. Remember, when you do these with us for the summer, you get another project along with it. So I know a lot of you be like, oh, I'll just buy it when it's a whole kit. But then you don't get the freebie. So kind of keep that in mind, that the freebie project is pretty substantial this year and it's going to be pretty awesome. Just saying. All right. So I do have my list here so I don't forget.
Good thing.
And as long as we're talking about the shop, let me just tell you that next week, Wednesday through Saturday, we are going to have a moving sale. So we're going to do 30% off, only local. Sorry, internet people. I know, I wish I could do that for you all, but really we're going to do it quick from Wednesday to Saturday. Anybody who can walk in the door, 30% off anything that's in the store. And then the following week we will be closing, which will be the 19th through the 27th, so we can start moving our stuff. So we have to pack all the little stuff that's in the shelves, and the first thing we have to move out of the store is the big fabric shelving units. So you will help us out if you come shop with us that week. Even my employees are like, wait a minute. Right? Because I give them a little bit more extra off because they are employees. So it says, please be patient with orders if ordering other people's designs besides primitive gatherings, because that we know where our stuff is, but we have yet to, the other people's or other designers' projects are at the store yet. So we don't have them on site where we're shipping for. So it takes us a couple days to move that from the one shop that is operating to the one store that is not operating, but where all our shipping is. So it's kind of a hodgepodge right now. And we are so looking forward to be settled in. And every day it gets a little better. It gets a little better. And my crew is working really, really hard to make that happen. All right. So I want to, again, encourage you to make some comments. I do have some prizes to give away, but they're in my truck. I just remembered. And thank you for putting up with our little delay, our little 1 hour delay. I admit I kind of had a massage appointment and I didn't want to cancel it because I canceled the last one and I didn't want to speed 80 miles an hour to get home for 1 o'clock. So thank you for putting up with our inconsistencies sometimes. All right. So I will get the prizes. So we'll pick some prizes during the live stream and stuff, and we will give those away. But always we'll give away, I'll collect some things when we switch over to the demo area. I'll grab those. All right. So one other thing besides our donations that I want to talk about is, Kaylee, can you focus on that quilt back there? Mm-hmm. All right. Ta-da. My Socialites quilt is almost together. That piece of fabric there drying on my drying rack there is the borders. So I'm going to put wide borders yet on the outside of that. But that is the star setting that I chose for the Fat Quarter Shop Socialite stitch along. And the fabrics in there are my Urban Patchwork Gatherings. And those will be coming in soon. They were supposed to come in April, but we're still waiting for them. So Urban Farmhouse Gatherings, and then the book is called Urban Patchwork Gatherings with those fabrics. So we can't wait till those come in, and hopefully we'll have a brand new store to display them in. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the donations. I am so excited. Like, we are total Hogs for Heroes, Primitive Gatherings, and I didn't count these in there yet because those came to me. So these will count in next week. We'll read them this week, but we'll count them in next week's total. But we are at $17,760 already. Isn't that amazing? So we are off to a great start. I know we have 15 more weeks. We still have lots of stuff planned. And like I said, halfway through is when all the ball's really going to get rolling, and we're going to have some special different things to offer you for donating and stuff like that. So look for that. All right. So one of the cards, we have 3 cards that came to me this week. So you want to read one, Darce?
Sure. It says, Dear Lisa and Nick, I would like to donate this check to all the vets out there, especially my son, who served more than 10 years in the Army. His dad and I are so darn proud of him. Thank you again for all you do. And again, I'm so sorry to hear about Jeter. He looked like such a sweet and wonderful baby. Love, Carol and Walter Joswick.
Yeah. So, and Carol, we met Carol at the North Carolina retreats, and she's attended cruises and stuff like that. So we know Carol pretty good. So thank you, Carol. We appreciate that. And yeah, you know, my Jeter, he was an awesome dog. So I'm going to go through a couple more that we have here. We have $10 from Deadmore. I don't really know if that's a last name or a town or whatever, but we report everything. And then Beverly from New York, $20 in honor of everyone who has served. Margot from Bakersfield, California. Thank you, Lisa and staff, for all that you do for those deserving and more. I appreciate your cultivation of free patterns in exchange for heartfelt donations to a worthy cause, $20. Vicky from Oklahoma City, $100. Lisa from Wichita Falls, Texas, $25. Mary Lou Huntington from Huntington Beach, California. Mary Lou, I gave you a last name there, Mary. I am following along and saving the patterns, but not making the quilt right now. I did, however, want to make a donation to say thank you for this wonderful opportunity to help a veteran. Thank you, Mary Lou. Yeah, you don't have to stitch it right now. Everybody has their plates full. But yeah, download those patterns and save them on your computer. Thank you for hosting a sew along and supporting veterans at the same time. Dorothy, $25. All right.
So I have one here on July 3rd. Dear Lisa, thank you so much for the flags. I'm loving this stitch along. I wish to honor my father, Norbert, I think it's Norbert, not Robert, Norbert Gillespie, and my father-in-law, Paul Danhauer, who both served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. Also my grandson, Brent Danhauer, who served in the U.S. Marines. Sincerely, Barb Danhauer.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Dorothy from Yorba. Dorothy Yorba from Linda, California. $25. Thanking veterans for their service. Karen, $20. Thank you so much for this stitch along. I am loving it so much. Love your channel. Buy Ageless Today. Buy Ageless Today from California, $10. Thank you for all you do. Raquel from Lake Forest, California, $25. A small token for all you do. Susan, $100. Thank you for supporting our veterans, hosting this stitch along, and loving the USA. Mary from Arlington, Texas, $50. Mary Brevard, North Carolina, $30. Cynthia from Escondido, California, $15. Honoring my brother and father-in-law who served. Quilt Designs by Sassa, Sugar Land, Texas, $100. Thank you so much. Win-win for me. I was able to support my local quilt shop by buying fabric from them, and happily that I can help you reach your goal as well. Good luck. $25 from Barbara from Woodsboro, Maryland. Yeah, we don't care where you get the fabric from, because that's awesome. Our family has a long history of serving our country. Thanks for so much for all you do and this quilt along. Heidi from Greenville, Texas, 25.
So Kevin and Suzanne McElhenney from Stevens, Pennsylvania, $20 to Hogs for Heroes.
Awesome. All right, then we have Terry from Clay, Michigan, 25. Kathy from Lee's Summit, Missouri, 250. Thank you so much, Kathy. Janet from North from Salt Lake, Utah, $50. Kathy from Columbus, Mississippi, 25. Lori LeGrand, Oregon, 30. Erlene, Rancho Cucamonga, California, $15. Honoring the vets in my family. Thank you. Maggie from Leesburg, Alabama, $50. Thanks for all you do for all our vets. Hogs for Heroes. Blessings, Lisa. Mary from Folsom, Louisiana, $40. In honor of my mother, Frances D. Leon, Lancaster, Navy Waves, women accepted for volunteer emergency service. So her mother was part of this woman's program called Waves. So, and it was for an emergency group that served. And then she also says her father, Clyde Innes, Lancaster, and Navy Chief Petty Officer, $40. Mary, thank you so much. Joanna from Lebanon, Indiana, $10. Sherry from Bellevue, Illinois, $10. Thank you for this opportunity to contribute to this amazing organization. So that's all I have from Carrie.
And I have Teresa Radnor, $10, and Kim Peterson, $50.
Yeah, and they were from Kansas when I was in Kansas. So
nice. So you know.
Yeah, so I found that in my thing. I'm like, oh, I got to add this to the list. So thank you so much for your donations, and thank you for listening to all those donations. I know it's, we want to honor those who send us those wonderful things, because we're not going to be able to buy that hog for that hero without those donations.
And they want to know, what is your goal? Like, what do hogs
I want to
cost?
do 25,000. So we are well on our way. And if we blow past that, I'm good with that too. So Hogs for Heroes just announced their 20th vet. So I'm going to be posting that on my blog post as well. And I know I wasn't supposed to do this, but I was kind of reading it when I wasn't supposed to, and the tears were running down my face after reading about the next recipient. And he is a Vietnam vet, and they are giving him a trike.
Oh, cool.
So him and his wife can go back out on the road. So I'm super excited for you to hear about veteran number 20. I can't remember his name right offhand, but yes. Okay. So any questions, Kaylee?
Where did you get your shirt from?
Maker Valley.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love this
I like
font.
the V-neck.
It's like a 70s font,
Yeah,
isn't it? Or
yeah.
like
I
back
like
in the day.
V. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and they have V-necks and they have crews and super soft, nice shirts. So I really love this one.
I think that's it for now.
That's it right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are going to take a short break, and we are going to go over to the machine to do the demo on block number 5 for our American Quilter Stitch Along. So be right back. All right, so we're back here at the sewing machine, and you can see how I was chain piecing here in between. So here is what we need for block 5. All right, so you'll be able to print this out soon on the blog. We need 4 half square triangles. There's our 4 half square triangles. 1 square and a square. This is our 1 square and a square. 4 flying geese. Here's our 4 flying geese. And then our sides for our blocks. So this one is made up of 3 different units. And now this time we get to do a square and a square. So that'll be fun. But one of the things I want to point out, and here I've made them already, but then I'll go and do it again. But what I want to point out is that your flying geese units and your square and a square units are 2 different triangles. So they are the exact same size, but your flying geese is a square cut in half twice. That's so the straight of grain is on the outside edge of the flying geese. We do not want this to be biased. So that's why sometimes you'll see a square cut in half twice instead of only once. And it's all about where you want the straight of grain. So on a flying geese unit, you want it on the outside edge. And that is by cutting this square in half twice, you get that straight of grain that way. However, for this unit, we want straight of grain here and here. So that becomes just cut on the diagonal 1 time. And that will give us no stretchy edges on the outside. So some of you might be new to quilting and not understand that. So I thought I'd take a minute to explain that. So when you are cutting this out, make sure that your square and a square ones, label those and put those with that square, and your flying geese ones, so those don't get mixed up. Because guess what? I put mine in a bag like this, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I have all these parts that I have, and now I have to figure out which ones are which. So how do you do that? I just went, oh, see, that's bias. So this one is for the square and a square. These are the square and the square ones. I'll set those over there. And then this one, straight. So those are the flying geese ones. I'll put those on that side. So that's how you can determine if you do mess them up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside. Push my leaders and enders out of the way. And the first thing I'm going to do is stitch the half square triangles. Now, most of the time I would take this foot off, but not this time. So I shortened my stitch length to 1, and I'm stitching right on the dashed line on the triangle paper here. Josh, can you grab me a scissors?
Yes.
Oh, there they are. There they are. I knew they went. I moved stuff away for my live, and then I don't know where I put it. That's why I have this little contraption here that we have at our stores. We usually give those away at retreats or special events. A little bit of swag stuff. All right, so now this is all stitched, and I will cut that apart now. Kaylee, is this a good spot here?
Yep.
You want to cut my cutter?
Rotary cutter. That red one, there you go. And then grab me, here it is. All right, so now I'm going to cut this apart on all of the solid lines. So make sure that is all set. And when you're doing triangle paper, it's nice to have a rotating mat. But for this little one, we're just going to wing it quickly here. And we moved our pressing station from here over to here so you can see us press this time. All right, throw those away. I'll line these up for Darce so she can press them. So I always go to the back side, and then Darcy will press them to the dark. And then just a little FYI, here's our prizes for today. Some of these aren't in the world yet.
Do you feel under pressure right now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a big deal. I don't even know if I'm doing these the way you do them.
Hit the steam. There you go. There you go. We like that steam.
They'll be nice and crunchy.
Yeah. Perfect. So what this gives us is perfect 1.5 inch triangles at this point. So now we take the paper off, hold it right near the stitch line, put your finger in the middle and pull that paper right away. And that comes right off. I'll give you a couple to do. All right. Now I'm going to do the flying geese units. So I'm going to take my creams, line them up, and I'm going to stitch one triangle to the same side of each one. Line that up exact. Now, if you want to cut these bigger and then square them down at the end, you can. I just don't do that. Oh. Get back to normal. All right. Kaylee, do you want to pick a winner?
Sure.
For this right here.
All right, let's show it off first. Ooh, our new Starlight Cabinet. Yeah, that's not out yet.
Yeah, that doesn't come out till October, so that's a rare breed right there.
All right, our winner is Valerie Huffman.
Yay, Valerie.
Valerie.
So you want a 5-inch charm pack? Can you write her name, like grab
Yes.
a piece of scrap paper and write that on there? So Valerie, if you can text us or Facebook message us or email us your address, we would appreciate that. So see, I've just did all 4 of them. Now, what I just want to show some of you how to do the leaders and enders. So I have usually this sitting like right on my sewing machine, like right there, and my stack of squares like right there. And then I'll pick this up, put that on the edge, exactly. And then see, I have a little line here. And so if I don't have to draw on my fabric, I don't. I'm lazy when it comes to that. So all I have to do is run this point right along that line and it'll stitch a straight line. So then I can clip this off, and Darce, if you want to use that and unsnip those.
Do you want them ironed also?
Yep. Press them to the dark now. Yeah, there you go. So now the second side, I'm going to line that up. And I don't clip these off until I'm done stitching the whole unit. I leave those on in case you ever have to rip something out, or as a nice gauge at that I'm stitching a nice 1/4 inch. So I really love it when I see your blocks posted on the Stitch with Lisa Bongean's Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that, please sign up for it and post whatever you're doing, whether it's the stitch along, whether it's another project that you're working on. We love to see and cheer you on. It's a really nice group of people. So instead of cutting my thread, again, I'm going to pick up the next one. Oh, these are all sewn already. Hey, Darce, find me one that I didn't sew. So I'm just going to clip this one off and put it in my stack.
Where are the gray pieces?
I got the gray pieces. Don't worry about that.
Woo-hoo. There we go.
All right. I'm going to quick run one through.
I'm seeing leaders and enders in action.
Yes. Did we have a discussion on this one time?
We did, yeah.
We did, yeah. All right, so cut those apart and press those. All right, so now while she's doing that, let's sneak ahead quick. So here's my square and a square. I'm just gonna pinch it in half so I know where the center is. And then I'm gonna take my triangle and I'm going to right sides together, line up that point right on that exact half. And I will admit that I usually eyeball it, especially when I know it's going to be trimmed down, like these are. So square and a square units are the only units that I like to pretty much make bigger. And then I should have did a leader and ender, but I don't want to. Just going to kind of press this back for now. Line this one up. So while Darcy's pressing them away, I will come back to my flying geese units. Now I did show you how to trim these last time, so I'll quick do one. I line these up with the straight edge here of the flying geese unit. I put that on 1.5, and then I trim off my dog ears. Then I go to 1.25 right in the center of the flying geese unit and trim off both sides, eliminating those dog ears. So that gives me perfect 1.5 by 2.5 inch units. I'm not going to take the time to trim those up because I do have them already here. I'm just going to finish that square and a square. Now, I don't trim that off yet. I put the next one on. And you could find the half and find the half again, or you can just eyeball it. So I just look to make sure that that looks really even. And then I run that through.
Are you stitching with a scant 1/4 inch?
Yep. I have a 1/4 inch foot on or a scant. But everybody's scant is different. So you really have to find that sweet spot for your scant 1/4 inch. So then one last triangle here. I have to kind of flip that out of the way to put that one there because it's kind of big. So center that.
Linda wants to know if the days at the shop will change. The open times will change once you're in the new location.
Yes, it will. We are working on our schedule. If you want to kind of know what we are tentatively throwing around at the moment. So now Darcy's going to press these out. And that is, we're going to probably do uniform hours 10 to 6 every day, but Sunday. And on Sunday, we are thinking 11 to 2 or 11 to 3. So we are thinking about being open 7 days a week because we are now on a highway and all the traffic coming and going from up north and stuff would be nice if we did have some Sunday hours. So that's what we are thinking. So I hope that that works for you. Okay, so now square and a square is pressed. And in the directions, it tells you to trim this to 2.5 inch square right now. So I'll lay this down as Kaylee gets focused. And on this diagonal here, I'm going to do 1 1/4 from point to point and then trim that. And then just double check to make sure you have at least 1/4 inch on that side of each one of those side points there. And I like to have my square and a square unit float a little bit. So I'd rather err on having a little white space past that square than nicking off that square.
Will you have a booth at the Houston Festival this year?
So far, no. We might be opting out of this one just because of the move. We really have our hands full with the move and getting the gathering ready for retreats. So we will miss it this year. There's our 2.5 inch square and a square unit. So then you lay out your whole block, your 2.5 inch square and a square, your flying geese with the long side to the center, and then each one of your half square triangles pointing in. And now this block is ready to stitch. All right, so then I'm just going to fold in those. Just so you know, press secretary, we will be opening seams now. So if you want to get your pressing stick ready.
Okie dokie. I have my equipment ready.
Yes, have your equipment ready. And I did walk by the shipping department today and I saw barrels full of those pressing sticks. So if you are, thank you for ordering them from us. We really, really appreciate that. Supporting us in these videos and the stitch along. All right, so you're going to press this seam open now, Darce.
All right.
Madam Secretary.
Right, yes, Madam
Yes.
Secretary.
So Kaylee, do you want to maybe show her how they do that?
Oh,
There you
my
go. Yeah, I always press the seam open and then I always turn it and press the right side. Good job on that one. All right, so now on this one, let's see. So that one we went open. So this one's going to go this way. So I think we should just open them all. All right, Kaylee, pick another winner of a mini charm of Starlight Gatherings.
Okay.
And my secretary will put a name on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Those are going open.
Ann Smith.
Ann Smith, congratulations on your mini charm. Boy, we make a good team.
Oh, yeah.
We need to find some theme music for you.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right? For
yeah,
these,
right?
for this, what do they call that? Dead air time on
Right.
on the channel. Darcy could sing for us.
Oh, I don't think so.
She's a pretty good singer. I heard her
Oh,
when we were
yeah.
in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about our time in Florida. Evelyn and the ladies. I bet you they were at the pool today, right?
Right? I'm going to the water aerobics.
Water aerobics, yes. Maybe she watches us. I doubt it, but
I just got a letter from her.
you did?
Sure did.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you connected with her. Okay, so now it's time to put these two units together. So right sides together. And then I'm going to pin those seams with my favorite magic pins. I need my grandson to come over and sort out my pins for me.
Mine do that too.
Yeah, I love it. He's so good at it too. And then I say, okay, here's $1 because when you work, you get paid, right?
That's right.
But he was so funny the other day. He was telling me, Mimi, I know why you always have treats for me because you just love me so much. What do you say to that, right? What do you say?
They're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Susan Smith.
All right. Susan Smith on that one.
No, it was Ann Smith.
Ann Smith.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I fell down on the job.
All right. Pick another one.
Another winner. What are we winning?
We are winning a honey bun of red work
Ooh,
gatherings.
Okay.
A nice big prize.
honey bun, honey bun, honey bun.
Nice.
So when you
Claudia, a step.
Claudia, congratulations. So when you stitch with leaders and enders, it really does save a lot of thread. So you're not always pulling those big long thread tails out. Checking my seams here. Pretty good. That one's off just a smidge. Guess what? It's good enough. So Darce will press that one open. A little bugger. You got to get it into submission, right?
Right.
Second side, line up the seam, pull it back to check it. And then if a bigger block, I would pin the ends, but these are little 4.5 inch ones. So I really sometimes don't do those. Okay, so the next prize is this brand new thread bowl. So let's wait for this one. If you want to win the thread bowl, type a little comment and put thread bowl after it because these are for pearl cotton. So if you're not a wool applique person, you might not want this, but
So show them the whole.
yeah. So this is a hole in the bowl where you put your pearl cotton in here, thread it through there, and then you can just keep pulling it. And it's really fun to have that, especially if you're using the same color a lot, like you do. I even have like several bowls now that I line up and pull out of. So write the word thread after your comment if you want to be one of the thread bowl winners. And then we have a jelly roll of American Gatherings coming up. So Kaylee, pick a winner for the jelly roll.
Okay.
And then we'll wait for some of them to do the thread bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karen Bennett.
Congratulations, Karen. You hit the jelly roll. Madame Press Secretary will write your name on it.
Karen.
There you go.
What's Karen's name again? Kaylee?
Oh boy.
Karen. Karen.
I'm gonna find it.
We can find it too.
Yeah.
Nice job.
There you go.
So there we are, pressed open.
Oh, yeah.
Those last two. Now we're going to put the sides on. Wow. Good job,
It's Karen Bennett.
Karen Bennett.
Thank you. Sorry.
So I hope those of you who have never chain pieced or not chain pieced, leadered and ended before can kind of see how this works. While sewing one project, you actually can add another project and get those, especially if it's the same unit over and over and over again. There's not a lot of thinking or stuff going on. And I know it takes a little bit extra time for me to do this with this, but it's a really good technique. So I want people to understand how it goes. All right, so these you don't have to open, just press them away.
Okay.
And I'll sew a few more. Well, she is doing that. And okay, Kaylee, do we have any comments with the word thread bowl behind them?
Yes. Where did it go now? Right here. Deb Kirby.
All right, Deb Kirby, you get a brand newly designed black matte thread bowl that Jason, our potter, has just made for us. Now, it does have some texture. It's not just like ugly flat black. There are some variations in there. So it's really super cool. Nobody has that. I have one and now you have one.
Whoa.
Yes.
Nice.
Exclusive presents for our people.
And those are available at the store.
Well, we will have them on our site soon.
Okay. So soon. Coming
Yeah.
soon.
Coming soon. Something to look forward to. All right. Another leader and ender. Again, if you're just tuning in now, what I'm stitching on is the piece summer block of the week that we are just about, I think next week we will be shipping that out. I think that's when we're going to be getting our Bella Solid in. Something was holding that up, but we will get those shipped out next week along with the freebie with it.
Is the freebie a surprise?
They don't know what it is, but we do. I did show them what they were.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like a
but
peek of it.
yeah, so you get like 12 blocks because there's 12 weeks, and then at the end I finish it, and then they are welcome to purchase the finishing kit.
I have all the flower blocks done from the Thankful Life one. I just
Last
and
year.
I got the finishing kit, but I haven't started yet. There
Yeah,
you go.
good thing. Like I always say, good thing our quilting projects don't expire.
Right.
Not like you have to throw them
Yeah.
out like the lettuce that I throw out every week for sure. All right, so there's our block, and now we are going to put it. Here is my top section, and I need to trim off one side here. So, yeah, this tattoo is from my son Lance, who will be forever 29. We lost him on New Year's Eve in 2013. So that's so I know that we will be together again someday. So that is my hope that happens. So hope anchors the soul. That's going to happen. And then this one got added, I think last year. I found out that I have a half sister that I did not grow up with. So through 23andMe, I found out I have a sister. Her name is Lisa, and I'll have her on live one of these days, the live stream. And we got tattoos. She's older than I am, so she has this one filled in and this one yellow, and I have the little one because I'm the little sister. And so we have matching tattoos, only the stars are different on each one. So that's what that is. And then this one is me and my cousin Mary. We were in Florida for one of the retreats, and we just got, this is a needle and thread, and it says create. And of course, Mary had to get hers all colorful, colorful thread, colorful words. Mine's just the black ink. So I'm going to put these two together. They match up nicely. Sure. Unthreaded my machine. Sometimes with the Juki, if you pull out your piecing a little too quickly, or sometimes this comes threaded. And of course, because we're watching. All right, do we have any more prizes to give away? We give them all away?
Give them all.
We did.
All right, here's a mini charm.
Oh, just came out of nowhere.
All right, came out of nowhere.
Another prize winner. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's out of focus. Sorry. Oh, you're gonna, do that.
This
So they can
stripe.
kind of see. Yeah, no.
I like that stripe the best. I like the word ones, and I like this stripe.
All right, our winner is
Okay.
Janie Pennick.
All right,
Jamie,
Jamie, you won a mini charm for today.
OCK. Is that what you have?
No.
Alrighty. So we're just gonna have Darcy press that seam that way. You just hit it with the big iron up there. Yeah, that's fine.
Hard to do.
Yeah. So now these two go together. And I'm just going to offset that just a little bit because this gets trimmed to 12.5, which, there's my ruler, okay. So no need to pin, unless you want to. Maybe you're not good at lining these two fabrics up and you need to pin to make sure.
They say Darcy should get a prize too.
Oh,
I agree.
it's just actually really fun to spend time here.
All right, so while Darce is pressing this seam open, so get a really good shot of that, Kaylee, on how she does that. And like I said, I like to sometimes just give it a little bit of a pre-press. There you go. I'm driving off the side there, huh?
Oh yeah.
And now see how that pressed that without messing up too much of that seam right there, but she wheeled off a little bit before. Ooh, you're gonna do that one now.
I know.
Now, there you go. They look good. We can fix it if it doesn't.
All right, hold it up to me. Let me see the back.
Oh boy. Oh.
Look at that. Nice.
So nice.
All right. So now I'm going to lay it on my cutting mat. Line up one of the stripes with my ruler. Go right to the edge here. Make sure you just don't center this. Make sure you center your pieced block. That's the most important thing, that edge. And then trim that side. And
Thank you, Claudia Estep, for your super chat. That was awesome.
Ooh, we got a super chat?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. I'll clip that off here.
What's the super chat again?
So super chats are ways that they can support us.
Oh.
And so they just,
with
any
YouTube?
amount of money,
On
they
YouTube.
can
Oh.
have their post or their comment posted for a certain amount of time.
Cool.
But super helpful. Thank you, Claudia.
All right. So here is our block then. All set and ready to go. So after we get done here, which will be a couple seconds. Thank you, Darcy, for helping me today.
It was
I
fun.
conned her. I'm like, come help me. Maybe it'll make it a little faster because I wanted to show you the leaders and the enders. So I'll get on my blog and post that video, or not that video, post the post so you can get the pattern. But if you go up and you click on the top part of my blog, it says American Quilters. It's already there in the where they are all listed. So if you don't want to wait for me to post the actual blog post, it is already on there. The PDF is. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching me build block 5. We will be next week. We'll be at our new studio, so maybe we'll show you around a little bit, and Kaylee will have some fun stuff for us, I'm sure. And then I can't think of anything else. Anybody got anything else?
Do you want to show how to get to your blog and how to get to the posts again?
Sure.
Okay.
Kaylee's got a little video on how to sign up for my blog so that it automatically comes to you as an email every time I post it, so you don't have to go look for it. And then what else was there?
It was just how to access the American Quilter Stitch Along.
Yeah, so Kaylee will show you where that little top secret button is, where I post all of them in one spot, so you don't have to go through the blog posts and find them.
Yep. All right, so here it is.
Hey everyone, it's Kaylee, and I'm here to give you a quick guide on finding Lisa's blog. Open up your browser, type in lisabongean.com, click on her link, and there her blog will pop up. What you're going to do to find American Quilter Stitch Along is find it in the headings and click on that. And it should pop that page right up. And here you're going to find all of the postings that Lisa has for you for American Quilter Stitch Along. If you scroll down, you'll see blocks posted and YouTube playlist for all the videos on how to do these blocks. To download the PDF, you're going to click on the block buttons, and then you're going to scroll down on that page, and you're going to find the download block button. And if it doesn't pop up automatically, you may have to go to your downloads folder to find the PDF. I hope this quick guide helps you find American Quilter Stitch Along so you can stitch along with us. Once you're on Lisa's blog page, if you look to the right, you will see links for all of Lisa's platforms, such as her Facebook group, YouTube channel, and if you keep scrolling down, you will find a place to enter your email to subscribe to Lisa's blog. If you enter your email and hit the subscribe button, you will automatically be notified for all of Lisa's new posts. So if you are joining us for the American Quilter Stitch Along, every time Lisa posts another block to be downloaded, it will be directly sent to your email. If you are using your phone rather than a computer, it will look a little bit different. Instead of a column on the right-hand side, you're going to have to just scroll to the very bottom. So keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, and eventually you will find these same links, and you will find the field to enter your email for subscribing to her blog.
All right, and you're back.
All right. So I thought of one more thing to show you. I lost count at 25, but I have over 25 of these done just by running them through my machine at the end of every time I made a stitch. So do you see how that adds up when you're doing the leaders and the enders? So if you try incorporating that in with one of your quilts when you are piecing them. All right, so that's all I have for you today, besides one more thing.
Just do a quick run by on how they donate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we have 3 ways for you to donate. And what we want you to do, we really, really love it if you could donate any kind of donation that you can do for Hogs for Heroes, and you can do it 3 different ways. You can send a check to my bank, Nick and Lay Bank, at, I don't know,
550 South Green Bay Road.
Right, in Neenah. So Kaylee has that up on the screen for you, and they will just put that exactly into our Hogs for Heroes bank account that we have there. So that goes directly in there, and then every week they report how much they put in. Or we do have a PayPal account set up, and the email is hogsforheroes@primitivegatherings.us. So that's like a PayPal, easy, simple, done. Or you can go right to Hogs for Heroes, and they have a PayPal also that you can donate directly to them. However, if you do donate to those, make sure you put like you're stitching along with American Quilters or that you're a quilter. So then those funds get allocated to our campaign for our Hog for the Hero from the Quilters. So we're super excited about that. So here is the quilt. Kaylee can maybe get you a cute little shot here of the light version setting. So if you still have a lot of time to decide what you're going to put in between your flags. I'm going to set every one of mine different. So you're going to see lots of options on different fabrics for your setting. We do have that blue version. We do have the fabric it has come in. So if you want that blue setting, we have that fully in stock now at Primitive Gatherings. And we do also have the grunge version if you want that one as well. So I'm doing the grunge, and I did the 1040-42 blue primitive muslin version, and then 2 or 3 secret other versions that I will come up with for my remaining blocks. So thank you so much. Thank you for donating in advance. We really appreciate it. I can't wait till next week to tell you how much more further along we are to reaching our goal. So talk to you soon.